Hey guys, it's your girl Sherrie, back at it with another video. I'm just going to have a conversation with you about something very serious. And it's taken me a moment to think about this because I am thinking, based on an experience and based on my strong personality, that I am dumbfounded. Mind you, I've not done any research. I'll probably do a research whilst I'm editing this video, and I'll post some supporting facts. I have to say that I'm going to talk about something that most reported victims are females. However, males are also in this situation, but however, they never want to identify as victims, and that's a sad thing. But this is why I'm going to take this time and talk about it. Basically, I want to bring awareness to rape. No one wants to talk about this fact because it's a bit tedious with young people that have cried rape when they have not been raped. The young persons that have been affected by this. And it's very serious. And I think we should really sit down and talk about it. Here are some of the stats that most of you, well, I'm just going to say one of the main stats that most of you don't know. Most people who are raped, they're not raped by strangers. They're a victim of sexual assault by family members and family friends. It's never a stranger. It's never someone you didn't know. Some people in certain cultures, they are even their husbands or partners. This is a question or a point that I needed to bring about because I was affected by something, but I want you to use your own discourse and use the comment section below to decipher if this experience will be measured as a sexual assault or rape. There was a situation with me that when I have wanted to have a situation and then I made it clear the boundaries on which I wished to have the sex. And then you find that the person, you've stated you want to have safe sex, which I'll always advise you young people in there and everyone else. So ladies and gentlemen, is someone asking, nah, let's try this again, because I think there needs to be a better wording for what I'm about to say, because it's going to be very sensitive. And even when I was thinking about doing this video, it seemed better in my head than when I'm actually sitting here doing it. So here we go again. When you have consented to having safe sex, which means using a condom whilst you're having a sexual act, and the person you're deciding to do this act with decides that they don't want to use a condom, but they don't inform you that that's their intention. They imply that you've put it on and they've taken it off without informing you. Is that an act of rape? Because you have not consented to having a sexual act without protection, but they have decided that they're gonna have it with you without protection. So is it rape? It's a serious question because I have been fighting with that for a long time, and it's only recently I started thinking about it. I was like, this can be pursued as rape because you didn't consent to them having that act with you. And I've realized, talking about it, that a lot of young people are in these situations. They end up pregnant or end up with sexually transmitted diseases because of such things. So that means, but then you fight with yourself that, oh yeah, I don't want to be a victim. But are you? Because when they are then interviewing you about your experience, it could be even a male officer who then thinks, so is it then rape when you've been exposed to a chronic illness or chronic virus? What if you're not exposed to any of those things, but they have done something that you didn't consent? How do you address that? You've informed them multiple times that I did not consent to that, so do not do that. Because talking about this, I'm seeing a lot of young people say, but then it happens all the time. No, it's not okay. It is not okay for us to take accountability, to practice a healthier way of life, and then someone deciding your life fate for you. Why am I saying this as an issue? Because what if you do catch something that you can't get rid of? But wait until that experience. But who do you report to that will hear you? And what will be done concerning laws that govern us to protect us against that? Because that's why, as women or as young people, we are now effortlessly talking about consensual sex. Hence why I wrote how to do everything safely. Safely is very important, because you don't want to do all those things and not be safe. You are taking responsibility. We enjoy it as much as they do. So why would you then put yourself in a situation where you've placed yourself unsafe when you can use a vibrator and you don't catch nothing? And it doesn't do anything you don't wish it to do. I'm saying be aware of vipers, of these evils who are so evil, who are ready to snatch all these things, all your happiness. And they will be so manipulative and act like it's okay. It is not okay. You do not consent to that, so therefore it's not acceptable. We need to talk, all of us, actively and confidently talk about these things. Is this rape? Is the question. If you say to someone, I do not do anal sex, and then suddenly they stick their penis or there's something up your rectum, is that rape? Is that consensual? I'm talking like this so that all these young girls who are talking sexual education don't think being raped is being tied up and being pressed against you. You might consent to something, but not to something else. Let's be aware of your rights as an individual, whether you're male or female. It's unacceptable if you've accepted oral sex and then suddenly ends up as a sexual act. That's not what you consented to. He needs to ask, or she needs to ask you, may I consent to it together? There's no accidental. Why am I speaking about this? There's so many victims that are not speaking out, and we need to have a voice. I might not have been traumatized by my experience, but it's something that we have to go through so that you don't need to go through it. We need to have this conversation so that you can be empowered to do something. So in this video, I probably will give links for sexual advice in the description below, and we'll find out what support is available for such a situation. However, I must say that in itself, when you hear stories of people who have then had babies and have then contracted certain diseases, you stop and think, has this happened to me? Only to find out It did, but at the time you didn't feel that, oh yeah, I'm a victim. But on reflection, yes, you are. You don't have to be traumatized to be a victim, but you can be a victim with a voice that tells you, no, I do not have it like that. I want it like this. And you're going to respect my decision. And mind you, it's keeping yourself safe. You might say, oh, it's only a condom, but it's keeping yourself safe. It's that simple barrier that works. Mind you, if these condoms are used safely, with lubes, without oils and all of that, with equipment provided by these healthcare centers, and some of this stuff is free, it comes probably, the lube sometimes comes in a sample. You need to get yourself into Ansummer's, get your samples, get in there, get involved in your sexual health, because I know you're interested. Empower yourself, learn, and then make informed decisions concerning this. So I just thought, seriousness for 1 second. What is rape? And does it have to be violent to be considered rape? Anyway, thank you for watching. And again, I'll see you in my next one.